Drunk! Hello, welcome to a strategy request by Theawikak. It was actually more of a kappa request, but this actually came from the last strategy request that I did for Minotaur Axe, and I was supposed to go Goblin Tinker and Alchemist, but I kept screwing it up and going the wrong hero, and I ended up with like Shadow Hunter in one of the games and going grunts, lots of grunts and pillage and all this kind of nonsense, and he basically donated and said, oh yes, this is exactly what I would like to see: Shadow Hunter, grunts, raiders, pillage, please do that, kappa. So I'm actually going to take it seriously and do this as if it was a strategy request, even though I'm pretty sure he didn't intend it that way. But we're going to treat it as its own thing because it's fun to do anyway. Shadow Hunter is good times, basically. And what's wrong with pillage? So this is quite a small map, quite an aggressive map, no doubt about it. Got to work fast and hard, get fast level 3. Good. That's what I want to hear. My barracks is actually a little bit late here, but that's not too big of an issue, because Sneks will be powerful enough to carry me through versus the first creep camp. He wants golden wood, does he? Does it look like we're in a position to just offer golden wood freely? I don't think so, mate. He's not even undead. He's not even sort of doing that whole, hey, I'm an undead player, give me the cash. That's not how it works, mate. It's not how it works. I suppose if I get to raiders quicker, this should be better. But grunts are still really solid. Like, you can just really mash grunts and be okay the majority of the time. It's only when you're fighting against, like, mass air and stuff. Did I play against Night End yesterday? Yes, I did. And he ended up making about 7 meat wagons against my Night Elf. I was doing quite well for the beginning part of it, but my macro always slips when I'm playing Night Elf. And I had like close to 2,000 gold at the tier 2 stage, and it took me too long to get like enough Dryads and Mountain Giants to defend myself. So I ended up losing that. Although I probably would have lost anyway to Night End, because he is obviously rank 1. For good reason. Right, let's get the grunt. How many peasants do we want? I'm going to stick with 7, because I'm getting pillage anyway. Healing Salve will sort out all the issues, and you don't use too much mana if you just go a couple of 7 wars. Don't overdo it with the sneks. You don't need to overdo it with the sneks. Oh yeah, it was a fun game, that's for sure. I ended up swapping to Night Elf though, because I lost more games as human than I won. And I was like, yeah, human really suck at the moment. Feels bad to be a human player. Ah, I see. They're doing the tower rush. So I just ended up swapping and playing Night Elf. Won the majority of my games as Night Elf, and then I got a bit bored of it and I swapped to Undead and won about 6 games and lost 2. Whereas when I was playing human, which is my main race, I don't really have a main race, but if I had a main race, human would be it. And I lost like, I've won 4 games and lost 5 or something. So that goes to kind of show you how bad human is at the moment. People can still do well with human. They can still win and have incredible stats. But generally speaking, human is garbage in comparison to the other races at the moment. Thanks to the latest balance patches in 1 versus 1. Yeah, no, if you fight against Undead as human, I don't know how you beat them, because I fought against this Undead. He played well, and it's not like he deserved to lose by any means, or I deserved to win. But it was Echo Isles, and there's a fundamental issue right now where human, their basic niche is that they're supposed to be the fast expanders and stuff like that. But he can expand faster than me with Dreadlord and Ghouls. Then I can get the expansion as human, and it's a lot more costly as human. So what's the point of being human? That was the issue I had. What's the point? I've got to get pillage at some point, don't I? Because you have the issue, oh, you just get expansion as well. Well, if you get an expansion, and they've already got their expansions out, they get the cold tower, and he's like, well, you need to harass. But I'm like, if I harass, All you need is one cold tower, and with the decent micro, you won't lose a single unit because of the health regeneration of Blight. All you have to do is send ghouls to my expansion, and even if I've got a tower there, that's going to do pretty much nothing versus ghouls attacking my peasants, because ghouls do bonus damage versus peasants. Like, this is like more sort of high level 1 versus 1 stuff, but you just do the comparison. Undead is now better at expanding than human, and remember, back in the day, or for the longest time in Warcraft 3 history, a human has to fight an undead on 1 base versus 2 bases versus 1. So the human has to have an expansion 9 times out of 10 versus undead in order to stand a chance. But these days, the undead can pretty much get an expansion easier than the human player can. So now it's 1 base versus 1 base, typically. 2 bases versus 2 base. And that means the human really doesn't stand a chance. So you've got massive issues with the balance right now. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to have to make human a lot more impressive to play. It's not there, like I say, you can be rank 1 with human, I'm sure of it, if you're amazing enough. But if you put me playing my worst race as Night Elf, I'm going to have like an extra 20% chance to win than with my best race as human. Pillage time. And that's screwed up. That isn't how it should be. Wish I had my pillage a bit earlier. No round. Oh, okay. He's got some towers. Maybe leave this one alone. Man, if we did this, we could get healing wards, maybe. I would like that. I just don't have any healing wards. Ah! Oh, nice items there. I'm waiting for that daytime so I can get some heals. Right. That looks like a big army. They got the block on him. Poor grunt. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Let's sell that. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yep. I'm aware. I'm awake. I'm awake. Uh-oh. They know. No. Grunt. No, there's 2 of them behind me. I can't go for it. What I can do, though, is just run and waste time until the other guys gank me. I could use speed... Oh, gotta use speed scroll, don't I? Fuck. Fuck Keeper of the Grove and he's entangled. Okay, let's come all the way over to the left-hand side, then.
I have a feeling that at least against undead humans should have a research for bonus. DMG, like weapons
they're chasing hard, aren't
or
they?
some shit like that. So that all undead units take more DMG. I mean, even a small boost would help there. Like plus 5% DMG or so, or what do you think?
I'm gonna have to get back to you that in a second. Just a bit of combat for now. Trying to reposition. We got a good position. Red's actually got a solid position here. And I got a healing scroll. Stay where you are. Hold the door. Just hold the door. Right, healing scroll. Now. Can't really do much more than that. This ain't great because there's more of them than us. But remember, we're keeping them busy. You just have to hope someone's doing something elsewhere. Me and Red are going to have to get back here, though. I've got this item, but it's not worth using it, because they've got the advantage. I'm just going to lose everything from it. You only want to use that when you've got much more of an advantage. We really should get out of here now. Back. BV. BV. Thank you, Domlinus, for the sub. I have a feeling that at least against undead, humans should have a research for bonus damage, like weapons of the light. They need more defense, really. Undead can basically pick off human units without any effort. It's like impossible. Even when the humans got defended footmen, it's so easy to kill them. Because of Lich, basically. I mean, even a small damage boost. I think it's more survivability is the issue. Towers may need to build quicker. Obviously that means tower rushes are strong, but tower rushes ain't that strong at the moment. Thanks to the militia nerf. They just need to revert the militia nerf that they did, because that massively crippled human. That extra 5 seconds of militia makes the world of difference to a lot of creep camps. The comfortability of creeping them faster, as well as the comfortability of getting away faster. Right, they're doing a big old attack here. I've got raiders. I don't really want to have to defend with raiders, so I'm going to have to go on the aggression. Please defend far back and repair. The worse you repair, the harder it's going to be for me to be aggressive and look like I'm not a dickhead here by just being aggressive and not helping. Raiders are not designed to defend. The best thing I can do is to be aggressive. I know it sucks for that guy so much. He's repaired this. The best thing I can do is to be aggressive. Go, you slackers, go. Watch my resources, they should fly up. He's not repairing. This space is going to go down a lot quicker than red space is. Well, GG. What's that raider doing? He's doing the dance. I get loads of resources from this. Sneks. Poor red. Oh well. Right, we need to move to the next base. Force their hand. Force them into aggression. Or defense, depending on which way they want to go with it. Oh, Night Elf. I like that. Me likey that. Me backy that. Seems a little strong sometimes. It sucks though on the defense. Right. I think they might be staying in the fight a bit long. Till's looking a bit aimless right now. He's got all of his mortar teams on the wrong side. He's coming all the way over to the left-hand side. I'm just going full on aggression, staying on 50 food again for quite some time, because I can, basically. I had a good day now. That's great! Great gaming. That's fantastic. Unfortunately, they're moving over to the left-hand side to defend. They probably got sentry wards, because... Have they got sentry wards? Have they got witch doctors? They know. They know. I'm not going to get much done by running into them. Ah. Now they know. Got a lone skeleton here. These are 2-0 raiders. Yeah. I'm wondering if I can just hide in the top left here. And if I have my skeletons go here, and then they come down, and then they chase my skeletons away. Nah, they're not falling for it. I was kind of hoping to get the skeletons to bring them down here. They don't last long though. It's hard to make a move when nothing else is happening on the minimap. 2 allies are in the middle, another one is approaching the middle. So there's no distractions for them. Do the raiders get more pillage? I think all units get the same amount of pillage, but technically raiders get more because they do more damage. So it's based on the amount of damage you do as well. Or rather, how much damage... I think you get 50% of the resources from a building, whether you hit it with a grunt or a raider. But because a raider can bring a building to 50% quicker, you get resources faster that way. Who's home? Play ball! This is a TP job. That's a lot of droids. It's a lot of droids. Ooh, all 3 of them. I mean, this is like hard to lose this game because allies are just enjoying doing the right thing to some degree, just creeping, getting strong. They've only got like 2 bases left. What are they planning to do? They're probably going to go through the middle, so I'm going to go on the left-hand side again. And have a little talk to purple once more. Got my small ragtag group. Bless them, they're trying. Can't red buy a town hall from you and rebuild. He can.
Who do I kill first? It'd be a pleasure. Who'll be my next victim?
You can't fight him 3 versus 3. Yes, you can. It's 3 versus 3. Plus, I think you're stronger. Back off if you need to. Back to the base or something. Don't fight him then. Get out of it. Can't fight him. 3 versus 4. They can't basically put up with me doing this at the same time. So if you just distract them and don't lose everything, so run. Buy time. There's no need to fight someone that you don't have to. It's just an expansion in the middle. It's not the most important thing to hold on. This is a whole entire base. This is far more valuable. I hope they don't lose everything though. Alright, I'm going to have to start massing some air units or something. Hope you got towers. Oh yeah, he's got towers. Yeah, I suppose I'll TP and defend, but I don't think we even... I think we should just base race, really. But I know that they're going to want to do this whole defense thing, which could end up costing us the game, potentially. Alright, alright. This looks like a horrible position to be in, though. Right, I've got a group up here with a bunch of raiders. I know how that's going to work out. It's not going to work out well. I know this makes me look like a dick, but trust me, this is the wrong thing to do for me to TP in and try to fight them with raiders in that length of space. It's like nothing good is going to come from that. The best you can get is my Shadow Hunter putting Serpent Wards down. I'm sending Wyverns over to the enemy base though. Yeah, see, it's just not going to work out. And they won anyway. What's wrong with you? We can't fight them. I'm getting like unlimited resources from this because I'm destroying entire bases, not just the tree, like everything. I can't even spend this many resources now. It's like when you've got an expansion and you forget, and then before you know it, the gold just flows really quickly. You're like, oh, gold. I can't even spend this stuff. Did you know that if you ensnare with a unit, it automatically should attack that unit, but it actually didn't there, so I'm a bit confused on that. Let me try that again. Yeah. Maybe if it's on a shift ensnare or something, it doesn't work. So many snacks. Is this their last building? No. That's their last building. I could just win the game killing that. I don't know for sure that's their last building, but
We are enemies.
I'd like to think so. Do you get less pillage when you're at high upkeep? I don't think so. I think you get the same. Oh my goodness, that goes down quick. Yeah, I think you get the same. Can always do that again, that's quite a fun build. But that was basically the strategy. Job's done. Do you get less pillage? Oh yeah, no. Pretty sure you get the same. You can't fight them. Not really, it's not worth it. It ain't worth it. They've got towers, just hang back. Manipulate. But I know most players don't sort of min-max in that style. Red I felt bad for because his base could have potentially been defended. But Till did not need help. No, that's not the case, Tyrell. This is a strategy request, this is. That's why I'm doing this. Otherwise, ladder doesn't get played unless it's off stream. This mighty level 37 Kael'thas. May you link it, please. What do you mean? What, the strategy? Let's see if I can find and repeat. It was the other day. Sneks on a plane. There you go. There's that strategy request.
Strategy request.
Can't wait for canned bread on Reforged.
They gingerly would love to see a pillage strat where you go Shadow Hunter and max sneks. And
Sneks.
get grunts or raiders. Kappa.
Try to get more grunts this time round. Earlier pillage. But that works better if you've got a map that you can expand on. Whereas that previous map encourages tech because there's no expand, so there's no spam of units. Although most people can just spam tier 1 and tier 2 and win on that map. Not to say you can't do that. But a second hero, if you can get it quick enough, can carry quite heavily. But this is all about the Shadow Hunter. Komodo hype. Sergeron, that's right. Komodo hype indeed. Deadlock is a map that has potential for this. There's a lot of paths. You can go left, right, north, south, whatever you want to do. And there's a good bunch of ways you can avoid your opponents. If they're crafty, they would get sentry wards, but they don't have that because 3 of them are humans and 1 of it's night elf, so there's only 1 massively obvious target. The humans aren't very easy to pillage versus because of militia, and their bases are typically tougher. Night elf is very vulnerable. I'm in a really easy position though this time. I got the choice of an easy expansion. Although if I get enough grunts, human don't do very well versus grunts. Until they get sorks. I harassed an Exy, so he is really confident in his harass capabilities. He expects to harass so hard that he can actually expand in the opponent's base afterwards. I'm going to go double barracks here, so I'm actually going to go with a later barracks. It's not even necessary, but I'm just going to do it. Because it looks OCD. Oh yes, Frost. Oh yes. Keep an eye on things. I think it'd be fine now. I actually started playing Warcraft 3 days ago and realised how difficult it is to keep track of everything that is happening. Not that I ever blamed or flamed you for that. But now I do not backseat gaming that much in my head, if that makes sense. Somewhat makes sense, if not for the awkward grammar. That's how I exit.
Yes. Work, work. Something need doing? Happy to. Ready to work. Okie dokie. Yes.
Oh, I thought you had 3.
Be happy to.
Come on, get an extra one. There you go. It always looks a lot easier than it is. That goes for pretty much anything in life.
Something need
When
doing?
you see something real scary, who do I kill
What
first?
do you want?
Where our enemies be hiding. Tazdingo man. Use my power.
Work complete.
Where our enemies be
Work
hiding.
complete.
Who be my
Work
next
complete.
Hey, what are you attacking my wards for? I'm right here.
Where our enemies
That is rude.
be hiding. My blade be thirsty. We be charming.
I could let my wards finish that one off, and I'll just move over to the next guy. Well, I say that. That's if he comes over to that one. Ah, no, never mind. He's going to be rebellious. Fair enough.
Where our enemies be hiding.
That guy will get killed by that ward.
Who do I kill first?
Master.
Who be my next big dead?
Should do. Although I'm not 100% sure.
Where our enemies be hiding.
No, he's not going to do it. I'm overestimating the power of these wards.
Where our enemies be hiding.
Something need doing?
Who do I kill first? Tazdingo man.
My life for the war. What do you want?
It be a pleasure.
Huh? Yes. Some. Master. Huh? Double. What do you want? Doktar. Yes. Okay.
Use my
Master.
power.
Yes.
Digest my blade.
Yes.
Who be my next big death? We be charming.
Inventory is full.
Move faster. Where our enemies be hiding.
Something need doing? Yes. What do you want? Some.
Who be my next
Our
big
allied town is being attacked. What do you want?
Use my power. Die. Killing me.
Master.
Where our enemies be hiding. Who be my next big death? Who do I
Oh,
kill?
things went a bit weird on the left-hand side. Stream levels just sort of went blank for some reason.
Direct
What do
my
you want?
blade.
Let's see how Orange is doing. Oh, he's okay, actually.
Who be
I'll just do the orange camp.
death? Direct my
You're okay.
Yes. Boogie.
Use my power.
Huh? Smobu. What do you want? Yes.
Who do I kill first? Where our enemies be hiding. My blade
do you
be
want?
busted. Direct my blade.
Our allied hero has
I'll save my mana from this point onwards.
Enemies be hiding.
That's enough damage taken.
Yeah, man. Right. Yeah, man.
Level 2 sneks.
Blade. Move faster. Where our enemies be hiding.
Oh, Pendant of Energy. PogChamp.
something need doing?
Who be my next victim? Who do
525 mana.
Work complete.
I be my next
Yikes. Back to grunts. Oh, did I still not get pillaged? Yeah. It's hard to get pillaged and get all the tech and everything.
pleasure?
It'll come though. We haven't got that many units.
Killing easy. Who be my next victim?
Did you win the 12 insane computers? It's 11, and yes.
Direct my blade.
Attack yellow. Can I pillage off yellow's base? Human probably went for an expansion. If not... Oh, there it is. Unfortunately for him, this is pretty much a wrecked base. This is where pillage would have been nice. So I messed up on that front. Oh, never mind. We don't have a luxury to pillage just yet, because we're having combat.
Who be my next victim?
Yeah, he'll run off. I'm not too worried about killing too much here.
Master.
Back to the base. I'm going to get pillage almost straight away. Even from this base.
Work complete. What do you want?
I just want to get my pillage going. And then we can get like peons in this one. We can get the upgrade for grunts. Any second now. Upgrade, grunt, upgrade. Thank you and good night. Yeah, we cool? Orange is TPing back. Not before I do my damage though. That'll do.
Ready to work. My life.
That's an upset human player.
Master. Research complete.
Use my power. We be charming.
Research complete. What do you want?
Next
Do,
big
do,
damn.
do, 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 do. I mean, the Lion Horn of Stormwind is kind of useful for tanking at least a little bit.
Direct my blade.
What do you want?
Where
What do you want?
enemies be hiding.
I
Yes.
think I can send a couple of peons from wood.
Who be
Master.
my next victim?
Research complete.
Don't really want to sell an item, but I need a TP.
Ready to work.
Use my
My life.
power.
I think you can go a few less peons on wood because if you get enough out of pillage, you're going to get the lumber from that to make up for it.
Hiding.
Time to tech up again because we're a solo hero.
Who do I
What do you
kill
want?
first?
Sorry, I just alt tab in here because Streamlabs labels just died on the left hand side for some reason. That's better. I can see it now.
Who be my next victim? Direct my blade. Where are enemies?
Slippers of agility actually kind of good, but I'm full on inventory. Back to mass grunts. Are we going to like go whole ham on grunts here?
What do you want?
What if I get around that base?
Direct my blade.
What do you want?
Someone's going to TP, but I like the idea of getting that base surrounded with my grunts. Oh, let's see who TPs first.
Master.
Looks like it's Teal.
Master. What do you want? What do you want? Time to kill.
Who be my next victim?
Master.
Where are enemies? Hiding. Direct my blade.
He TP'd again. How many TPs has that boy got?
What do you want?
Right, we got attacked from behind.
Something to do with
My next victim.
Got all these serpent wards that I can benefit from.
what do you want?
So I'm making the most of those.
What do you want? Master. Yes.
Damn. Now we need
We're under
burrows.
attack. What do you want? Yes. Work complete.
Who do I kill first?
My life. Yes. So far.
Who be my next victim? It be a pleasure. Killing me.
What do you want? Double.
Where are enemies?
Back
What do you want? Double.
if you value your life.
We be charming. Who do I kill first?
Yes. So far.
Where are enemies? Hiding. My blade be burning.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of grunts. Seems a bit silly, doesn't it, really?
Work complete. Yes.
Direct my blade.
What do you want?
Where are enemies? Hiding. We be charming.
Work complete. Work complete.
Hitting the moon. Killing easy.
What do you want?
Speed scroll grunts are scary.
We're under attack.
Has been no man.
Yes. Up.
Where are enemies? Hiding.
Master.
Who be my next victim?
What do you want? Research complete. Go far. Master. We're under attack. Double.
Looks like we're going whole ham on the grunts.
Yes.
Where are enemies?
Go
Hiding.
far. Master. Time
Who
to
be my
die.
next victim?
Yes.
Who do I
Build
kill
more
first?
burrows.
Who be my next big death?
Yes. Dabu. Yes. Doctor.
Direct my blade. Yaman.
Can I pillage this mountain giant?
Enemies be hiding. Blade be rusted. Killing.
Pillage this mountain king. Oi! Stealing that completely unnecessary coil. Completely unnecessary. Gotta get that last hit. I don't know what that was about. Anyway, let's get some pillage off this. Watch the resources. That's part of the mini game, is you have to watch the resources and keep going damage whenever you can. Sneaky archmage. Stealing all of that guy's moon juice as well. Grunts are super cheap as well. So even losing grunts doesn't matter that much.
We're under attack. Master.
Where our enemies be hiding. Move faster. Use my power.
I can't afford this many grunts though.
My life for the horde.
Needs to do more pillaging in order to afford this. This is madness.
Next big death.
What do you want?
Use my power.
I've got to get all that mana up as well for those gorgeous snacks.
What do you want? Master.
More grunts.
Research complete.
So they've lost like pretty much 2 bases almost. Green looks like a hard target, so he could be fun trying to take down.
Dabu.
So I'll probably accept that challenge in a moment.
Who do I kill?
Our allies' hero has been slain. We need more.
Feels
food.
bad being at 50-ish food.
What do you want?
I should have stayed at 53 food.
Move faster. Use my power.
I'll make a move in a moment. I'm just making the most of my pendant of energy.
Be my next big death.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you want?
3-0 on the grunts. I better give him some defense as well.
I kill first.
And we go one more on that. We'll pick that up and make a move now.
My life. What do you want? Yes. My life for the horde. What do you want?
Off we go, boys. Off we go.
Yes.
Who do I kill first?
What do you want?
The horde is moving out. I want to see what these do first is the castle.
Yes.
That's at least one group of grunts, plus one.
Direct my blade. Die.
What do you want? Master.
To be my next big death.
Dun 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 dun. There's nothing scarier than a giant horde of pink orcs
What do you want?
approaching your base.
Dabu.
Oh man, I would do well versus that army as well. Sorks not so much, but the spellbreakers, grunts can easily tear to pieces.
Research complete.
I'll keep the Shadow Hunter out of this.
What do you want?
I'll keep it straightforward, just for the grunts.
Who be my next big death?
Yes. Dabu. Zugzug. What do you want? Loktar. Dabu. Zugzug. Swobu. Zugzug. Swobu. Loktar.
Can't quite squeeze them all in.
Time for killing. Yes. What do you want? Master. Yes. What do you want? Swobu. Time. Master. Time. Huh? Yes. What do you
You
want?
can do it.
Loktar. Huh? Time. Master.
They'll get a lot of pillage from this.
Yes. What do you want? Zugzug. Yes. Master. Yes.
Just edging ever so slightly forward, trying to give this guy a space to do his thing. If we just stop the mining now.
Yes. What you want? What you want?
It is almost like you're still mining.
Yes. Master. Huh? Master.
If this guy had the armor, I wonder if that would make any difference. Like, would I get more resources from that? Because it takes longer to kill the buildings or not? That's more hits. Yeah, that's a good way to get money, that's for sure. And no, I'm pretty sure you don't get pillage if you TK, but since that's just come into my head.
Yes. Master. What you want?
Imagine if that works. There's no way that works. Nah. I'm getting nothing.
Master. Loktar. Yes. Huh? Master. Swobu. Zugza. Dabu. Yes.
The Warcraft 3 pathing is the best and the worst.
Swobu. Yes. What you want? Huh? Dabu. Swobu. Yes. Zugza. Huh?
Direct my
Master. Yes.
Off they go. Invulnerable. I'll speed them up actually. I'll give those peons a little bit of a hand for handing in the gold. Because I feel guilty.
We be charming.
People should maybe consider that. If you was doing shame mining, would it be worth the 50 gold just to speed up those peons in the first place? I suppose not, because that 50 gold is all you're getting with about 5 peons. I don't think it's worth it. Doesn't last quite long enough on the peons. GG! There you go. Thank you for your Theawikak. There you go.